Hey guys, welcome back and happy... What day is it? Today we're going to be talking about crystals. I hope you're excited. I actually get a lot of DMs and messages about crystals, how I use crystals, what crystals are good to buy. So I was like, you know what? Why not just give the people what they're asking for? So I figured this would be cool to put on my YouTube channel because a lot of people have been reaching out to me asking for advice when it comes to crystals. So here I am, ready to give you advice or whatever this is. I just lost all concept of this video. All right, reboot. So yeah, like I said, a lot of people reach out to me and I always give people the same like basic list of like starter, beginner crystals, whatever you want to call it. I always give people the same ones. So I figured why not just put them on my YouTube? I literally already said this. I don't know how to film anymore. Take me away! My journey with crystals actually started a very long time ago. Back in 2016, I got my first set of crystals in Salem at a little shop. I don't remember the name, but it was really cute and it was a fun experience. But yeah, back in 2016, I didn't know like what crystals did or how you could use them in your daily life. I dip and dabble. I studied up a smidge, but then I didn't necessarily know what they meant. I just was like, oh, these are pretty, and these are pretty. And so when I got them, they kind of just like sat next to my bed and then ended up in like those little, what am I trying to say? Those little bags. Do you know what I'm saying? Those little bags. And even when my friend Lexi was selling crystals out of her little shop, I didn't necessarily know what they meant. Like she would always be like, oh, I think you'd like this one because this is good for this and this is good for this. And I'm just like, okay. Speaking of my friend Lexi, she has her own business, Luna Fae Magic, and she makes little necklaces and things. Definitely go follow her and support my friend because she's amazing and got me into all this stuff. So Lexi, thank you for opening up the floodgates to this crazy world I now live in. But yeah, so even when like she was selling crystals, I wasn't necessarily understanding how to use them. And it wasn't really until like 2 years later or a year and a half later that Lexi, once again, was like, hey, have you ever done a moon ritual? I was like, what the f is a moon ritual? She's like, oh, it's just, you know, the full moon. You know, you write down a piece of paper, what you want to let go of or what you want to manifest. You bring your crystals outside and you charge them under the full moonlight and you make moon water. I'm like,
keep talking, this sounds great.
So like 3 years ago at this point, I started doing my moon rituals and bringing my crystals outside to charge. That was when I first started like actually using my crystals and incorporating them in my like manifestations and things like that. So, and since then I have read some crystal books, so I know like different combinations that work and just different ways that you can use them that like I wouldn't have known without like reading up on stuff. So, and I'm so happy that crystals are a part of my life because they really do just change your energy because crystals provide energy. And I don't know the science behind it and I did not claim to be an expert. So, but to put it very simply, I mean, crystals have energy of their own and then they are able to provide energy to like a space or like a body. So if you put like a piece of black tourmaline in the corner of your house, that's going to protect the house. But if you wear it on your body, it's going to provide a protective shield around you. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. So like I mentioned before, I did read up on like a couple of crystal books. I used to bring it to work with me actually. I was in the back reading up on like amethyst and fluorite, like let me know if you need me. And when I was reading my book, it said think of crystals as like little helpers. Like they're just tagging along, you know, to provide energy, protection, assistance, anything that the crystal does pretty much. It's obviously good to look up crystals specifically for something you need at the time, but these are very basic and kind of like go across the board in my opinion. So let's get into the actual crystals that I always recommend for people like when they're first starting out. It's a pretty basic list and it's crystals that I think anyone can benefit from. So these are my notes. I got my notes so we can be organized together. It was a Virgo full moon, what can I say? So like I said, I'm like, now I exposed myself. I don't want you to know that I have notes. So I wear crystal jewelry so I can always have them with me and like directly, well not directly on my skin, but you know what I'm saying. And this was the first one I actually got, and I got an amethyst necklace, and I basically got this for my stress and my anxiety because my anxiety is through the fucking roof. It is a powerful psychic stone. Like this mother She enhances your intuition like tenfold and your psychic abilities. So if you think that you are a developing psychic or you want to enhance your intuition and psychic abilities, I totally recommend Amethyst. It's amazing. I've always been drawn to Amethyst since I was a little girl, so I feel as though that's because I am a little psychic. So that is Amethyst. This crystal also helps fight fatigue, so if you're someone who constantly gets overtired or you constantly just feel like bogged down, this will amplify your energy as well. And it increases your consciousness and inner wisdom, so just that inner knowing of things, like it just really enhances your intuition and ability to see right through the bullshit, pretty much. And this is also a crown chakra stone. Next, we have this big ass rose quartz, because everyone needs a lot of love in their life, right? Every single person that's watching this video needs rose quartz. I don't care what you say. This is a heart chakra stone. So this stone emits the vibration of unconditional love. So it promotes self-love, and it also opens up your heart chakra so you are able to give and receive love from others. It promotes feelings of peace and restores trust in relationships. So like if you got your fucking heart broken, you need to be like bathing in this. And I know that all of you go through stuff, so you definitely need to incorporate this in your daily routine, because at some point in time, I know that you went through some heartbreak. I know you did. And you're lying about how much it hurt you. And that is rose quartz up close. You can obviously get a smaller stone. This is one of the best crystals that you can get just to start off, because I feel like with any spiritual work, it really does start with loving yourself. So it's just so pretty. I'm like, I just want to give you a little gift. It also increases your self-worth. So if you are feeling like unworthy of love and you're feeling like nobody wants me, that's gonna whip that negative self-talk right into shape. Next up, we have clear quartz. So clear quartz is very, very basic. It obviously is just a clear quartz crystal, and that's clear quartz right there. I always recommend this to people who need clarity of things, and also clear quartz amplifies any other crystal that you have and just intensifies the energy of that. So if you pair this with like amethyst, it would enhance the effects that amethyst has already. So it's kind of like a little boost, you know? It clears away stagnant energy, so it's just very like clear and pure, and it kind of reminds me of like crystal clear water. Like there's no bad shit in it. It's just very clean and free flowing, and it's just going good. So I don't think this has like a specific chakra. I feel like it's for all the chakras because it is an amplifier, but this clear quartz is definitely a really good basic crystal to use as well. All right, next we have fluorite, and that is my fluorite crystal. Fluorite is amazing for mental clarity. So I always think like, you know, when you're talking or like you were gonna say something and the thought just like slips right out of your head, that I'm like literally what just happened to me. This will help with that because it provides mental clarity and enhances your focus. I loved bringing this to work with me because I would always want to have like fast responses to my customers and like quick little witty jokes, and like every time I wouldn't wear this, I'm like, and you ordered the salmon with strawberry sauce. And after doing more research on this, I realized that it also creates stability in chaotic situations. So it helps you stay focused and sharp-minded in like crazy situations pretty much. And it protects and grounds you in harmonizing energy. So I really feel like I need to bathe in fluorite because my brain is just gonzo. All right, next up we have two kind of like interchangeable ones. So we have black tourmaline and we have black moonstone. So black tourmaline was one of the first crystals that I got back in 2016 that I mentioned, and it is just a very protective stone. And black moonstone also does the same thing, but it provides a little bit of extra protection. So the black tourmaline provides a protective shield against negative energy, and the black moonstone does the same thing. It provides a protective shield, but also it protects your psychic energy. So if you are very psychically in tuned, it will protect that energy from being, you know, taken over by these motherfuckers. Yeah, it just gives you extra psychic protection, and it also stabilizes mood swings, which I need that. But these are great crystals to first start out with because I feel like a lot of us are like constantly putting ourselves in bad situations or like around toxic people. So having these around really will protect you and protect your energy. So you need these. I'm like, I didn't show you up close. So this is black moonstone and this is black tourmaline. Next up we have smoky quartz, and Funny story with this one. Like I said, I was like reading my little crystal book in the back of the fucking restaurant when I was working, and I'm like, all right, let me put this shit to use. So I started carrying crystals with me to work, and Smoky Quartz is a very grounding, stabilizing crystal. So at work, I'm like, I need to be grounded. So I put this bitch in my shoe because I'm like, all right, it's on the ground, right? 30 minutes goes by and it's gone. Pretty much clear with like a little bit of gray in it. And outside, the seashells were the same exact color. A few days later, my boss was like, hey, I found this little, I'm like, yeah, that's mine. Oh, and back it up. These are for your root chakra, because I didn't say that before. It also helps you overcome negative emotions like anger, fear, jealousy, even depression. No wonder why I was attached to this thing for 4 months. And I'm pretty sure this is a root chakra stone as well. Next up, we have citrine, and I did want to mention that I have 2 sizes of the citrine because I have one for the home and one for the bra, which we will get into later. So this helps you attract money, attract abundance, attract happiness even, because it's a yellow color, so it's very much like a happy, uplifting stone as well. It's a solar plexus chakra stone, so it really helps you like get your fire going with like your endeavors and your projects and things. So this is citrine. And a little baby citrine. Next up we have tiger's eye. So this I like to call like my little lion stone. It helps me gain the courage I need to do things. It's very motivating, it increases success, and it's just basically like, it just gives you the strength to do the shit that you don't want to do. And this was one of the first stones that I got in Salem too, along with black tourmaline, so I'm like, these 2 are the mother oh geez. But yeah, I always recommend tiger's eye to people because I know that not everyone has the confidence that they wish they had. Even me, I know it might look like I have confidence, but I literally have 0. I just fake it till I make it, and that seems to work. It just really helps you get into a motivating energy where you want to get things done, and it will attract success for you. And I believe this is a solar plexus crystal, but it can also be used for your root too. Like I used this for my root chakra meditation last night. So the next crystal is green adventurine, and this is also like a success and prosperity stone. It is a very lucky stone, so it will help you attract some luck into your life as well. It helps you manifest prosperity and abundance, so it's a good money crystal. I would always bring this to work with me, or like my citrine crystal, because I was a waitress and I would want good tips. So anytime I would bring like my money crystals with me to work, I would have a significantly better shift, or I would get like better tips on my checks, if that makes sense. That is green adventurine. And last up we have selenite. Selenite is a great negative energy absorber. So this is like my detox stone. Like when I need my energy like just basically renewed, I like to put this right by my bed. It is very cleansing. It clears stagnant energy as well. It calms, soothes, and protects you against the outside world and the energies of literally everybody else. And it just brings a sense of peace and tranquility and just calmness. So I love this. I got a big tower of it, but they do sell like little pieces of it so you can bring it along with you. So that is my selenite. And I'm not really sure if this has a chakra. I know you can probably use it on anything. Not quite sure, honestly. So those were the crystals that I love to recommend to people. So let's get into how you can like incorporate them in your daily life and what you can do with them. So basically, like I said, I do carry around like minis of other crystals that I have because I like to keep them in my bra. So ladies, use that to your advantage. So I'm like, if you're a guy, it's all right. Just use your pockets. Or you can carry them around in your wallet, or I don't know, you can even leave these in your car. Sprinkle a little crystal magic in the side doors. I noticed a huge difference when I started carrying crystals around like in my bra, and it really helped change my vibration and help me love myself. Like anytime the twins were carrying around my money crystals, I would have a great double. Anytime I would carry around like my black tourmaline or my like rose quartz, I just felt better about myself, and I felt like my energy wasn't being absorbed by other people. But yeah, there's a ton of different ways you can use crystals. I love to just carry them around with me and keep them on my body. I'm like Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can also use crystals in like your space. So if you really want to protect a space, I would recommend using black tourmaline in certain areas of your house. Or if you want to promote feelings of peace and love, I recommend putting rose quartz like in an area of your house that you look at a lot, because it just provides that energy to that space. So, or you can buy crystal jewelry so you always have them on your person, you know? I have a rose quartz ring, I have an amethyst ring, and a moonstone ring. So I know I didn't mention moonstone yet, but it just, think of like the moon. The moon is constantly changing, it has a bunch of different phases. So Moonstone helps you calmly go through changes in your life and just provides a lot of peaceful, feminine energy, nurturing energy. I just felt very drawn to it when I was at the store in Salem the last time I went. So how can you take care of your crystals? Basically, so depending on how much you use your crystals, you want to be cleansing them like weekly, or like I said, however often you're using them. Like make sure that you're constantly clearing it of the energy, or else it's kind of like working off of old stagnant energy that's like just like stuck in it. So I try to sage my crystals weekly, and it's very important to sage your crystal when you first buy it. So I didn't know that. It really does help like get out the energy of the person who is handling it before you. Hold the crystal, and the smoke, you just like kind of like let the crystal run through the smoke for as long as you think it needs, and just kind of pull it. I just listen to my intuition, and when I think it's done, then it's done. I think you can also cleanse your crystals in water, but that's where it gets tricky because not every crystal can go in water. So I don't have the mental capacity to get the list of crystals that can't go in water for you. So you're on your own for that one, but do your research. If your crystal can't go in the water, don't put it in water. Like I literally left my crystals outside one night and it rained and it ruined my turquoise, like, cause it's not supposed to go in water, and it got so dull and so faded. So yeah, cleansing them with sage, cleansing them with water if they're allowed to be in water, and also charging them in the moonlight. That just helps them get pretty much their energy back, because they're working so hard for you to provide you protection, assistance, energy, any of those things. So it's just like, you know what, you can kind of like see, like when you look at your crystals and they just look dull or they look like dead almost, it's because they need to be charged. It's like you. Like, you're running on empty? Probably. I am. But like, you can't expect these to do the same thing. You gotta nurture them. Yeah, cleansing and charging your crystals is very important if you're gonna be using them on a daily basis. And also I get questions of like where to even buy crystals. So I really like picking out my crystals in person because I can get a feel for them and I can touch them, and I am a very like visual person and I like to hold things, and if they don't feel right, then I'm not getting it. So I really prefer to get my crystals in person. I know that not a lot of people have crystal shops near them. I'm very lucky. There's a crystal shop that was put in my town, which was amazing. I don't live in that town anymore, so it's a little farther away, but not far compared to Salem. But yeah, so I have 2 crystal shops near me. So if you live in my town, there is a crystal shop nearby. Just DM me, I'll tell you where it is. But also I do live near Salem, so it is like a bit of a trip, but it's always worth it. I love going there. That's the best option, but obviously like you can go on Etsy and support those small businesses that are trying to sell crystals through there. You just have to kind of use your judgment and see if it looks fake or not. If it looks sketchy, then it probably is. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you learned something about crystals, and I hope this helped you out. I really have enjoyed using crystals in my daily life, and I swear I've seen the biggest difference in the world from when I wasn't using crystals daily to when I am now. And even when I like don't carry them with me for a few days, like I always notice a difference in my vibration and the way that I do things. So take it from me, the shit works. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and definitely comment down below like your favorite crystal that I showed, or if you have any crystals that you love yourself. Definitely start some cute little conversations in the description, in the comment section down there. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!